So what actually are krill? Well, krill are small crustaceans looking like tiny shrimps. They are about 6 centimeters in length, around 2 inches, and feed on plankton, mainly in the southern oceans near to Antarctica. And due to their small size, the krill, rather than having a tough exoskeleton of chitin like other crustaceans, the krill are largely transparent, much of their coloration being due to the plankton that they have eaten. The krill numbers can expand rapidly if local conditions are suitable, with each female being able to produce around 5,000 eggs at a time. And unlike other crustaceans which continually grow during their lifetime, if local conditions are less than favourable, the krill can actually shrink in size. Now, one of the key times in the life cycle of the krill is during the winter months when there's a lot of ice in the area around Antarctica. While this may seem an inhospitable area for life to thrive in, for the krill it's actually ideal. It's due to the way the ice is formed, which means that light can actually pass through the ice to the underside of the ice, being a fairly surprising sight for plankton to actually grow and flourish. So with a large supply of plankton growing on the undersurface of the ice, krill numbers rapidly increase as they graze continually on the plankton, creating millions of tons of krill in the process. The krill are then in turn a potentially massive food source for any animal able to exploit the annual growth of the krill. Specialist predators of the krill include some penguins, seals and fish, but most spectacularly, these tiny creatures are eaten by the baleen whales. Baleen whales are one of the two types of whale, the other being the toothed whales, which you're not surprised to learn that the mouth of the toothed whales have fairly prominent teeth. Their diet consists largely of fish. So instead of having teeth, baleen whales have large areas of baleen, which are sheets or combs of keratin similar to the material on fingernails, which then filters out the water, leaves behind the krill trapped in the baleen, and be digested in huge quantities. Spectacular of the baleen whales are the blue whales, the largest animal ever to exist on the planet Earth, far larger than any dinosaur. Blue whale may eat up to 6 tons of krill in a single day. Considering a krill may weigh just 1 gram, they may be eating 6 million krill per day. Blue whale will feed almost exclusively on krill, so any threat to krill numbers is likely to have a major impact on baleen whales and especially to the blue whale. But considering the biomass of the krill is measured in billions of tons, even a few blue whales won't have a significant impact on krill numbers. So what potentially are the threats to tiny krill? Well, one of the more unusual threats comes from something even smaller than krill. Coccolithophores are single-celled phytoplanktons which are covering in overlapping shields of calcium carbonate on their outer surfaces, creating a cocosphere. These giving the phytoplankton their name, which I believe means stone seed. Good news for humans is that these deposits of calcium carbonate act as a carbon sink with substantial amounts of carbon dioxide. Bad news for the krill is that they are one of the few forms of phytoplankton that they actually can't digest. It's normally just a minor inconvenience, but sometimes since coccolithophores can reproduce both asexually and sexually, if the conditions are just right, their numbers can increase rapidly. This in turn create a localized bloom event, meaning the krill find it more difficult to find something to eat. Well, this is an occasional issue for krill, which is part of their natural life cycle, so any disruption is fairly temporary. So there are other animals which can cope with this form of phytoplankton as a food source. The new, more concerning threat to krill, something you probably predicted, that's man. Krill, despite being so tiny, are now starting to be harvested on a massive scale. So why do humans want to harvest krill? It's not like they're going to be served up in your local fish restaurant. Well, yes and no. Humans don't directly eat krill. It's likely you actually have indirectly consumed a krill product. Krill are high in omega-3 fatty acids and other useful substances which can go into the food supplement market. Alternatively, krill can be made into animal feed and then fed to farmed fish. Currently, though humans take thousands of tons of krill from the oceans each year, there's still plenty of krill left for the whales and other animals. The problem is the rate of krill harvesting is growing and potentially may be an issue in the future if not managed and monitored carefully. Krill fishing in the past has also utilised sonar to detect where the krill are and finding enough to harvest. again can potentially impact on whale communication. However, there's now a switch over to using drones to monitor krill activity, which should more or less leave the whales in peace and quiet.